Period. Selection and placement is probably one of the most important choices an employee makes. And we're pretty bad at it. And we don't ask the right questions because we typically will look at a job opening and it's usually described on a piece of paper in a requisition or maybe even a job description. And we look at a resume, or we may even look at a transcript if we hire entry-level people. And we try to compare the attributes of the person and the requirements of the job on the functional side. And if we think this person has the credentials and the experience necessary to perform these functions, we think we have a good fit. We will make that choice and we'll put the person in place. And 6 months later, we wonder, how could we have made such a terrible mistake? The employee might be saying, gee, how could I have accepted this job? The reason that happens is we don't ask the right question. So if you're an employer and you're trying to increase or improve the quality of your selection and placement choices, we have a way where you can put in the job requirements on the behavioral side. You have the functional side covered because you have a job description. But we can put in the job requirements on the behavior side. How must this person behave? How must he or she use the talents that they possess in order to be successful in this workplace? You get to describe that through the job assessment. Then you get to have candidates that you hope to interview take the person assessment, and the system will do a one-to-one comparison between the person's preferences, the candidate's preferences, and your perception of the job's requirements. Instead of getting a graphic report, what you get as a result is a brief description of the significant difference between the job's requirements and the person's preferences, and some suggested interview questions. What questions should you ask this person in order to ascertain whether or not, one, they're up to the challenge, that is, they are likely to have the energy necessary to meet the challenge, and two, am I willing to provide the support necessary to help this person be successful? Because what we know is development occurs, both individual and organizational development occurs, to the extent that we can balance challenge and support. So the greater the challenge in the job, the higher level of support the organization is going to have to provide to help that person meet the challenge. Along with that comes a tutorial that tells you how to customize the interview questions to fit your situation. And you'll know when you hear the right answer, you'll know when you hear the wrong answer. We don't tell you what the answer is. We just tell you what questions to ask. We don't have answers, we have questions. These questions that this report will give you are guidelines for you to use to be a lot smarter about asking this person questions that are likely to lead to you making a much higher quality selection and placement choice. It doesn't make the choice for you, it just informs the choice and points you in the direction that you need to go in order to improve the quality of your selection and placement choices.